Good evening, sir. Can I be of assistance?
My dear, one is constantly searching for assistance. Thankfully, yours comes from the wallet, not the heart.
Your name, sir?
Cox. Quigley Cox.
Quigley. Does that end in a Y?
Every time, my dear. It begins with an eager when, but soon all that remains is a sorry why. Still, one must eat. So I require a table and something to fill a hole.
Very well, sir. Do you have a reservation?
Never. Reservations have never hindered Mr. Cox. It's the headlining tragic flaw in the vaudeville bill of my psyche.
Well, we don't seem to be too busy this evening, sir. If you'd just care to follow me. Table for one, sir?
How tiresome that such an assumption provokes neither outrage nor indignation in either.
Would sir prefer a window seat?
Naturally. Vanity is a demon which plays a rumba on my spine. But one must advertise. If you're not in it, you can't win it. No.
Is sir expecting someone?
Only perpetually.
Would sir care to see the menu?
No need. I am aware of what I most desire. A rare rump and a banana split. I'll swallow both, but stomach neither. 'Tis always the way.
I'll get the waiter to bring you the wine list, sir.
Thank you, darling. And if you rise and I am gone, fear not. As ever, I can be found in the nearest gutter.
Good evening, sir. How may I help you?
I'd like to book a room in this hotel of gold leaf and grandeur. It has an air of decaying charm I find all too familiar.
Certainly, sir. Your name is?
Forever slandered in the catty harpings of shadowy back rooms. Cox. Quigley Cox.
With a Q?
Once. But tragically there's been no cue since my boyish gait slid into that of a hag's permanent despair.
Single or double?
Double. Always a double. Tragic optimism saps my strength like opium. A double room with a king size large enough to sleep an elephant, but destined only to host a sad old queen and a pint of gin.
Ensuite bathroom?
No. I'll be in town tonight, and on the way home I plan to visit a public convenience or two.
And how many nights will sir be staying?
These days just the one. 2 smacks of carelessness. 3 revels in the weakness of sensual fondness. And 4 is a bore.
I'll show you to your room, sir. Just one more thing, Mr. Cox. Can I have the boy bring anything to your room?
Oh, Alas, no. But it's a lovely image to take to bed.
Now, tell me, sir, did you see the incident?
Yes, it was but one of the many tragic charades that unfold in my vicinity on a daily basis.
Can I have your name, please?
Cox. Quigley Cox. You'll find it in the book, and on the walls of every male lab in Christendom.
X with an X?
Only if the X gets down on his knees and begs, sweetie.
And where were you when the incident occurred?
As usual, I was sat in the window, painted up like a Dutch whore.
And you saw it all clearly?
Yes, I had 20/20 vision, obscured only by the tears of a million bitter memories and an 18-gigawatt hangover.
So, you'd been drinking the night before?
Only Black Death vodka and my own despair.
And what did you see?
This uncommonly beautiful young Charles Atlas entered. We could have been lovers once.
And did you get a look at his face?
One never does.
Then what?
From within his tight attire, Charles produced a revolver of some description and started waving it around in the face of the hired help. It was an act of terrifying brute force, yet tragically arousing to an innocent voyeur like myself. The waif emptied the till, and our antagonist fled.
Sir, you're obviously a key witness. I'm going to have to ask you to come down the station for a line-up.
Oh, my dear.
Can I take your order?
I desire a happy meal. I assume from this nomenclature that it includes a eunuch from the East, draped in satin and hungry for love.
Nah, it's a cheeseburger with small fries.
Once again, the balloon of hope is punctured by the arrow of reality.
So, what do you want?
Coffee, black as my soul, hot as my desires, and as bitter as my recent encounter with a bi-curious traffic warden from Loughborough.
And to eat?
I'm a man of simple tastes. Whatever your young, inexperienced boys wish to do with my meat patty, I'm sure I'll enjoy it.
Do you want to go large?
Oh, my dear girl, I already have.
Anything else?
A shake, thick, sweet, and easy to swallow.
Which flavour?
The flavor I most desire is the rancid sweat of a Turkish firefighter. Very nice. Raspberry.
Right, your meal in 5 minutes. Can you wait?
Gladly. These days, anticipation is my only pleasure.
There you go, Mr.
Cox. Quigley Cox. A name that suggests so much, yet delivers so little.
Yeah, right. Well, have a nice day.
I'm sure I will. But when? Oh, dear God, when? Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Again.
How long has it been since your last confession?
My last confession was of undying love for a young Flemish bricklayer called Jack. The way he carried a full hod made me quiver with desire.
What sins do you want to confess?
Where does one begin? I have been like a potholer in the fleshy caverns of youth, But my torch has begun to fade, and I have lost my way.
Oh, do not give up, my son. Our Lord will fill your soul with light.
My soul is like the fetid latrines at a rock festival, better left in darkness.
Jesus understands your pain, for he also has suffered greatly.
I doubt the Almighty has ever found himself in a doomed menage-a-trois with the Dutch finance minister and Rock Hudson.
Is it really so difficult for you to find happiness, my son?
Well, there are worse things I could do than go with a boy or two. The neighborhood thinks I'm trashy and no good. I suppose it could be true, but there are worse things I could do. Like a flirt with all the guys, smile at them, bat my eye, press against them when we dance, make them think they stand a chance, and refuse to see it through. That's the worst thing I could do.
Ah, Greece, 1978.
Oh, my dear, you were there.
Right, here we are. A bed, stove, door, and a window. What more could you want?
I yearn for lodgings that would cloak me in satin like a fragrant womb. But I see I must make do with stained linoleum.
Well, I think you'll be very comfortable here, Mr.
Cox. Quigley Cox. A name which echoed throughout the bedchambers of the gentry, but now is whispered softly in the public lavatories of East Clacton.
So you've gone down in the world lately?
Only metaphorically, I'm afraid.
Okay, here are the rules. No pets, no guns, no loose women.
At last, a place where Latino scaffold erectors are welcome.
And no wild parties.
I can assure you that Chateau Cox, the only pleasure after dark is that of self-gratification. Leonardo DiCaprio guides my hand, and who am I to argue?
Right. Well, do you want a hand with the rest of your things?
I carry only the heavy luggage of eternal regret, and this bag of polythene bearing the mysterious initials HMV.
Well, enjoy yourself.
If only one knew how.